businesses have made some attempt to enter the world of social media in 2010, but few have really found their way through the fog. Because of that, many businesses are rightfully demanding some statistical evidence of a positive ROI before committing to integrating a social media component into their brand in a more significant way. Here are my 18 predictions as to where social media is headed in the latter half of 2010. It is likely that in 2010, we will see social media initiatives become more integrated into organizations. I think we can also expect to see companies look for ways to scale their initiatives through training and possibly hiring consultants to guide these efforts. The fact is that the tools are very powerful, but not well integrated or understood. I expect to see that change in 2010. One thing that I think we will see diminish is companies that are misusing social media. Social media environments are no pitch zones, and yet I frequently see spammy messages in places like Twitter and Facebook that attempt to promote and pitch rather than converse, educate, inform, and most of all engage. Social media is about authenticity, and companies that don't get that will not achieve the kind of ROI that they need to justify a more integrated strategy. It is likely that social media will lose its new kid on the block status and settle into a solid role. The buzz will die down, and the transformative power of social media will emerge as companies develop best practices with an attractive ROI. Social networks will become more location-specific, and we're already seeing that with the emergence of popular sites like Foursquare. Companies will develop social media policies for employees that will help them grow their brands exponentially. Extensive training will help mitigate the potential risks of a socially engaged company. Social media will be more widely adopted by companies and add a personality component to brands. Companies will finally understand that their social media initiatives must be genuine and authentic and not cloaked in trickery or contrived self-promotional messages. Social media deceit will become increasingly damaging to a brand that is outed for such practices. We are likely to see an integrated social media approach to customer service and customer contact. Staff training will be key in achieving this integration. The companies that achieve the best ROI from social media will be those that strategize scalable customer engagement and service. It is likely that we will see the emergence of transactional social media tools that facilitate sales and client acquisition. The companies that are most successful in realizing the transformational power in leveraging a scalable client communicative social media strategy will be those that recognize that social media best practices are not just about using the tools, but embracing a whole new way of communicating. In some ways, it's a return to the 1950s when the corner store clerk gave you his honest opinion on a product rather than a deluge of hypey sales pitches like we've seen in recent years. Email is quickly becoming old school. Companies will need to find new ways to communicate with their customers on their terms, and an integrated social media approach is what I recommend to anchor brand communication. Companies will come to understand that social media is not a standalone strategy, but must be integrated into all marketing and communication initiatives. Companies will realize that social media is about scalable relationship building and takes time to grow and achieve measurable ROI. It does not have the immediate effect of advertising. However, in the long run, relationship-driven strategies such as social media have the potential to result in long-term exponential growth and significantly outperform more traditional strategies. Social media is about creative engagement and not a bunch of noise and buzz. Social media is likely to become ubiquitous. It will be an integrated part of our lives to update status and location routinely. But we are probably a year away from seeing the lions of consolidation emerge to help us manage all of these efforts across platforms. Brands that begin to develop cross-platform integration of communication will be best positioned for growth in 2011. Brands will want to build a social media infrastructure that bolsters top-of-mind awareness and can also be instantly mobilized to effectively mitigate a brand crisis when necessary. Buzz phrases like social media and social networking will go away as companies realize their primary objective in using these tools is to achieve scalable communication that results in long-term relationships that grow exponentially. And that is not about buzz. It is about authenticity of all successful brands.